Hey guys, it's Steve with TB Red Panda Comics. This haul is what I'm calling my number ones haul. Actually, I had somebody in one of my last hauls said that, hey, why don't you show a whole bunch of number ones or first appearances? So I'm actually going to be throwing out another haul very soon with a whole bunch of first appearances that I've gotten over the past couple months that I have yet to put away. But this current haul is just first issues. So, and these are just first issues that I've picked up over the past 6 weeks or so, I think. Some of these, if you watch any of my hauls, and I appreciate everybody that does, please leave comments. Please subscribe. I'd love to have people, show their love towards what I'm doing. Obviously, why I'm doing this is because I love comics, and I've been very much inspired by a lot of other YouTubers out there that are real big into comics, and part of what I call the YouTube community. Big props to the Doom 143, Alex the Comic Hoarder, Drashears, Comics and Things, Strange Blade, Master Splinter, Seeking Near Mint. So they have a lot of subscribers, but if for some reason you're just catching me for the first time, please check out these guys. They definitely take comic collecting to a whole different level. I have been collecting for off and on for about 30 years, but I believe that I'm stepping up my collecting game based on what I've been watching on YouTube following these guys. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the haul. So, again, these are just number one issues that I've picked up over the past 6 weeks or so. So, kind of kicking it off is one that I wish I would have gotten way back in the day. Long Shot, number one. This is his first appearance, and this is a limited series, so kind of a two-in-one. And this came out sometime in the 80s. I don't think they'll tell us exactly when, but I picked this up at a pretty decent price, and believe it or not, I know my video call quality isn't quite there, but this thing is definitely pretty much mint condition, so I'm real happy to have this. Next is I don't know if this was Alex the Comic Hoarder or someone else, but it's Vengeance number one. This is the significance of this, besides being a number one, of course, is first appearance of America Chavez. So, and for those of you that are trying to find, first appearances of characters that might get popular here in the near future, and the reason why this isn't bagged and board is I picked this up at an LCS at cover price in some of the back issue bins, and quality's not too bad. It's not a 9.8, but it's not bad, and for cover price, I can't complain. This next one was an eBay pickup that I got at a pretty good price, and this was more for nostalgia sakes, but Batman Adventures number one. So happy to have this, and this is also pretty much mint, maybe near mint minus, but real nice looking copy. This is actually, I try not to throw out things that I pick up that are kind of new releases, but Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number one, I went ahead and picked this up. I actually have not read it yet, but I threw this out there just because I like Spider-Man, and thought I would go ahead and pick that up, and thought I would show that in the haul. Now here's a good one, and this is probably a VF, but I've been looking for this for a while and trying to pick it up at a decent price. So the Infinity Gauntlet number one. Most of you that are watching this realize why I'm excited to have this, but if you are a Marvel movie fan, all of us will be excited with the next installment that Marvel puts out. And I got this at a really great price, picked it up on eBay, and it's probably a VF minus, but the price was right. Here's one that, thankfully, this number one, I actually picked this up in a lot. Some of the other issues, Legends number one, I actually picked up Legends 1 through 6. Legends number one, if you know what level, Legends number 3, I see it a lot in people's haul videos. Legends number 3 is the first appearance of the what you would call the modern day Suicide Squad, but this is the first issue that kicked off that storyline, and this is the first appearance of Amanda Waller. This is something that I found at Second and Charles, Magneto and the Magnetic Men from Amalgam Comics, which is a Marvel DC kind of mashup of characters. I don't know. A lot of you probably have Second and Charles in your areas. I'm actually in the Richmond, Virginia area right now. For the past week and a half or so, they've had a special where if you buy 4 back issues, you get 50% off. So I was able to pick this up for $1, and that's the reason why I have it. There's no other significance to it. Next is something that I picked up because I was watching one of the Doom 143's videos, and he had mentioned this particular issue. It's called Identity Disc number 1. I think he had a heads up or read or somehow got some information that in the Spider-Man movie that's going to be coming up pretty soon, the Vulture's daughter is going to be making an appearance. I believe her name is like Valeria Toombs, and her first appearance is in this. Done a whole bunch of research. I think the Doom 143 was like, I'm not sure. All my research says this was her first appearance. I looked up a whole bunch of stuff, and I got the same info, so I went ahead and picked this up. For any of you in the Richmond area, the reason why this isn't bagged and board is I found this at cover price, and they had about 5 or 6 issues. I didn't want to be a jerk, and I do sell some of my comics on eBay, but usually it's if I have doubles or things like that, and I'm just trying to make a little money to kind of support my habit. But I won't mention all the comic book stores in the area, but you can definitely go find this at cover price right now. And I'm, who knows if she will make an appearance or not, but worth a pickup. Here's one, another eBay pickup, and this is almost near mint as well, and this is kind of for nostalgia's sake. Thundercats number 1 from 1984? I'm not sure, but when I was kind of coming of age, I was huge into the Thundercats cartoon, so I just picked this up more for nostalgia's sake. I was able to pick it up at a decent price on eBay. Here's one that I think made one of my previous haul videos, but the Deathstroke Terminator number 1. Was able to pick that up at a decent price. Here is one that I paid $5 for, but talking about mint and in Mylar, I picked this up for $5. I think in one of the other videos that I put out there that if this isn't worth $5, I don't care, because I'm a real big fan of the Dazzler. I believe she's going to be in one of the next X-Men movies that come out, and this issue or this particular copy is pretty much mint condition, and it's in Mylar, so happy to pay the $5 for that. Here we go. Justice League Dark number 1 from New 52. Picked that up at cover price. Here's a fun number 1. It's X-Men Return of Magic number 1. This is a real nice looking copy, and again, what I paid $1.95. So I basically, after 50% discount, I pretty much paid $1 for this issue, and the artwork is awesome. What is that? Oliver Morales. Not sure too much about his work, but I love Magic, and this is just kind of a cool book for $1. Here is one that I picked up. It's called the Century Marvel Knights #1. The reason why I picked this up, one of the speculation websites that I read just to kind of get an idea of what might be hot that I'm unaware of that I should be picking up. An article that I was reading, they said that this is actually a pretty low print run, and kind of down the road, this might, end up being worth something. I was able to pick this up at a local LCS in some back issue bins for cover price. So just pick that up, and they'll probably sit around for a while. This is a special order that I got. One of the speculation websites that I read, it's Comics Heating Up. Those guys always have great articles, and if you want to kind of get an idea of what's coming out in the upcoming week and read some good articles. Also, they always have free giveaway contests and things like that. comicsheatingup.net is definitely something to check out. Solar Flare #1 by Aftershock Comics. Scout Comics. I went ahead and got a pretty good deal on this. It's a Baltimore Comic-Con exclusive. I think I paid $10 for it plus shipping. But it's kind of cool. I actually have not read this yet, so looking forward to it. Here's a blast to the past, but getting ready for the movie Venom, Lethal Protector #1. Unfortunately, the print run was so high on this comic when it came out. This guy's just not worth a ton of money. But my family owned a video store back in the 80s. And into the early 90s when I was really getting into comics. So I have about 7 to maybe more issues of these. So if people are looking for these and don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, I have some that are in pretty decent condition and would be willing to even maybe mail them out or send somebody what might be, just my shipping costs, which if I send media mail might be like $3. So, but big Venom fan, and happy to have many of those at my disposal, and very excited that Tom Hardy is going to be Venom in the next coming movie. Here's another Second and Charles find, Masters of the Universe #1. So what was it, $7.95? So I basically paid just under $4 for this guy. There's some spine ticks and things like that, but this is again more nostalgia. When I was a kid, the He-Man Masters of the Universe cartoon was huge. I was real big into Star Wars toys at the time and G.I. Joe toys. I didn't get into the Masters of the Universe figures, but one of my best friends did. But I love the cartoon, and this is just kind of cool to have. Suicide Squad #1. Great eBay find that I was able to get my hands on. Just a couple little spine ticks on this guy, but real happy to have it. And today I was actually at Second and Charles again trying to, I actually weeded through a box of stuff that they had just priced and didn't put on the shelves. Green Arrow #1 from Brightest Day. The reason why I got this, it's just a cool cover. And with the 50% discount, I pay $1. So that's the only significance there. Was able to pick up this next one for $1, Sensational She-Hulk #1. And this has a little bit of spine damage, probably still a VF plus. So happy to have that for $1. Pick that up any day. And then here's one I got for, after discount, $4, but caught this before they put it on the shelf, Silver Surfer #1. So these are definitely some good finds that I have found within the past, 6 weeks or so, definitely less than 2 months. I need to put these away. Uh, and one of the future hauls that you guys see, I will definitely have more of a background. I'm going to be working on some lighting and things like that. I'm redoing my office slash collectibles room here in the very near future. If you could actually see the floor next to me, it's nothing but uh, short boxes just all over the place with files and a whole bunch of fun stuff. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have at least enjoyed what I showed here, please give a like and feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Once I get up to about 100 subscribers, I am putting some things away for a contest to thank people. I recently, actually, a last video that I put out was supporting a gentleman named Drashir's Comics and Things. I just entered a contest that he's putting out. I think he's got like 250 subscribers or more. Maybe he's got 300 now. The long and short of it is, if you like comics, please collect what you like. Collect the artists that you like, the storylines. Never feel weird about liking stuff that other people don't. Be careful of buying on eBay. Really check prices and things like that. There's some things that you could get gouged on, but there are some really good finds out there. But just enjoy the collecting game. Please send me a line of any questions, comments. I really love comics. So thank you so much.